Hello, everybody. So welcome to our Trinity UK webinar on our new destinations and new promotions for 2021. I would allow just a couple of minutes more, like let's say 5 more minutes, just allow everybody to get in and get ready for the webinar. I would also suggest that you send me all the messages you have on the chat, because I have the chat here on my right side, so I can actually have a look if any one of you writes over there. Well, we have someone from Turkey here, so hi, welcome. I do hope you can hear me well. Oh, hello, Anna Maria. Hello, Natasha. Oh, good, good. I've got good company today with me. I'm so happy. I'm sorry, it's not a professional environment, but this is like a little corner of my house. So sorry, I tried to put it up in a nice way. Just please tell me if you can hear me, if the sound is fine and you can actually hear me. Right, lovely. Good, Patrick, thank you. So I'll just change now the settings for the sharing on my screen, and I'll be sharing with you the presentation we will go through in a couple of minutes. Right, so I'd say that we could possibly start. Now, this is going to be a little bit complicated because I'm trying to, manage everything from one computer and onto different screens. So please allow a few imperfections, right? Just let me start now with the presentation. Right, you should be able to see it now. So 3:05, we got almost everybody connected here, and I'm happy to start this webinar. So first of all, thank you very much for taking the time to be part of this webinar today. My name is Raf. Many of you already know me. Oh, I've got someone else from Argentina. Hi. Welcome. So I said, my name is Raf. Many of you already know me. Some others might not, but I am the managing director for Trinity UK. We are based in the UK and we run summer camps in the UK, US. And from this year, we have news from you. Yes, a warm welcome to this webinar, and I'm sure you'd be curious to know why do I have a map of Italy here on the screen with me. Well, because we do have new destinations for summer camps, English summer camps, but in lovely Italy. Now, let's go and have a look at the agenda for this webinar today. We will go through different points. For example, what's new at Trinity UK, why Italy is a perfect destination for English summer camps, summer camps for every kind of students, which means that we're going to go through all the different locations we have and understand and discover which location is mostly indicated for what kind of student. Then we'll have a look at the sample program, just for us to understand how we intend to run our summer camps, English summer camps in Italy, and a little look at our special activities, plus a little experience with the lab expert, which I really hoped it would have been like a live experience with one of our experts from the labs that we offer. But unfortunately, he had a call from his school today and he's very busy, so he couldn't take part to the webinar. I'll try to, manage the things differently, and I'll offer you a different experience, which I hope you would like. Then we'll go through the safety for all participants, why we think this is crucial for all our students and what we have done, what kind of extra mile we have walked for our agents and for our students, which are the actual promotions that we have active for groups in 2021. And we will have then time for a question and answer sessions. I would kindly ask you to write down all of your questions, save them for me, and then when you will actually, we will finish the presentation, then you will be able to write them down. Now, I've just noticed that I left the banner at the bottom of the video. I'm sorry, but if I go out now from the showing of my presentation, I'll have to start everything from the start, and it's not really nice. So let's start. First of all, what's new with Trinity UK? As you can see, Italy, we have new destinations to offer for English summer camps in Italy, and I'd like to present them all. I'm very proud to introduce you to the new destinations. Now, we had a couple of new destinations added just this morning, and so I tried to modify a presentation a little bit to be able to tell you which these destinations are. We'll have Aprica, Cascia, Figli nel Valdarno, Lido delle Nazioni, which is on the Adriatic coast of Italy, Sestriere, which for who loves skiing, it's a very well-known destination in Italy, just on the border with France. And then we have Fiano Romano, very close to Rome, and last but not the least, Valleggio sul Mincio. Right, let's start our little tour around Italy together to discover our destinations. Just one thing for you to know, that these are perfect destinations for groups. All accommodation is on site, and we are talking about all ensuite rooms. It might be double or triple ensuite rooms. And Italy, differently from our destinations in the UK and US, is a destination only for groups. Now, why Italy is a perfect destination for English summer camps? First of all, thanks to the optimal weather conditions and the great food, Italy is actually one of the best destinations in the world for tourists. But also because Italy has got an easier visa process, and there are more chances for open borders as for 2020. Now, we had an experience in this summer, actually, 2020, because of COVID-19. We couldn't run our UK and US summer camps. So we tried to offer an alternative to our students and to our agents, and we opened 5 destinations in Italy for our students to go around and enjoy their English summer camps with us. So we actually saw that, the borders in Italy, differently from other countries around the world, were already open during the summer, and it was easier for the students to travel up and down and to come to Italy. Now, one thing very important that I know you'd be asking, why Italy? Well, if you don't speak English there, you speak Italian. I know, but we use only native or bilingual speakers, and only Delta or Delta certified teachers, which allow us to actually offer a real good program and a real good learning experience in Italy. Now, one thing is very important. We will be using the same teaching methodologies that we use in our summer camps. So basically, we'll try to make sure that English is used as a common language, as a common channel of communication, making sure that the quality that we offer in our UK or US summer camps is the same. Now, when we talk about quality teaching, some of you already know these, but I will never get tired to stress this out, is that quality teaching must be adaptive. So basically, we need to be able to adapt our syllabus to the kind of students that we have, and to be sure that we respect also their learning targets. Something very important too is that we stress a lot of it. We have a lot of attention, we pay a lot of attention to the communication skills of the students. So this is why we can make sure that even if they travel to Italy, where the country is not an English-speaking country, the English experience they have with us actually aims towards an improvement of their communication skills. Now, if I were not able to convince you that that Italy is a good destination for English summer camps, I'd actually leave space to one of our students from last year who has got a message for you. Hi, Cara. You're in Casa now with the Trinity UK summer camp. Cara, can you please tell us why you choose to come to Casa with Trinity UK?
Because of the COVID situation, I couldn't go to work in 20, but I was really pleased when they told me I could come here because I love English and I love learning about things maybe I already know in Italian and English. So we're taking like English lessons in the morning, but one aspect I really enjoy is the fact that we could choose like workshops and we could choose between a lot of different things like theater or maybe like STEM, that's things like science and chemistry. And since then, maybe one of the engineer, I don't know yet, but I'd love to for the moment. I enjoy the fact that I could choose these teachers that are already maybe know in Italian, but I said with an English that people like this I love. I did work a lot and they spoke with my friends.
Thank you. Oh, I can see that someone couldn't hear, and I'm very sorry. Right, I will try to actually, these videos are available on our Facebook page, and you can actually connect to see them. They're available on our Facebook page. I will send links later on in an email. Now, as I said, we do have a summer camp for every kind of student, and this is very important. Now, let's go with the first two destinations. We have Sestiere and Aparica. Now, both of them are very beautiful mountain destinations in the north of Italy. Aparica is a couple of hours, 2.5 hours driving from Milano. And Sestiere is actually very close to the French border with Italy, and even there, it's I think a couple of hours driving from Turin, depending on the traffic. These two destinations are perfect for those groups looking for quiet villages, and we do offer a great opportunity for outdoor adventures and wildlife observation, thanks to the labs that we offer here. But which are the labs that we can actually offer in these two destinations? First of all is orienteering, which I would like you to keep in mind, because let's say very soon you'll understand what it is more about. We have nature and wildlife observation labs and American culture labs, where we'll go through all the aspects of the American culture and the history of the United States, always in English. Now, something to remember, and I will be stressing out during the entire webinar, is that all the teachers that we use for the labs are professional instructors or professional teachers, which are trained and selected to be working with minors and for our summer camps. The next destination, if you're ready to travel to the very center, geographical center of Italy, is Cascia. So get ready because you're traveling to the very center of Italy. It's very fun because when you travel there, if you drive around that area, you will actually see that there's a road sign saying welcome to the geographical center of Italy, and it's amazing. It's an amazing place because it's perfect for the weather. It's never too hot, never too cold. It's in the mountains. It's a very mild weather, a great atmosphere, friendly atmosphere there. Now, your students here will get the chance to visit the famous Perugia. Now, for those of you who do not know Perugia, Perugia is very famous because it's got an international university, which is called the University for Foreigners, and is also home to one of the most famous chocolate producer in the world, and I'm talking about Perugina. So the famous Baci Perugina are produced in Perugia. Your students will get the chance to travel to Perugia and experience this amazing city, medieval city. Now, Cascia is perfect for those groups looking for historic places, and your students will get the choice between STEM, which is a more of a scientific, technologic, mathematical lab, and drama. Now, I had the experience to, assist to one of the lessons in STEM, one of the drama laboratories last year in Cascia. In fact, the picture you see there, it's one of the pictures I took last summer. I'm not talking about last summer, I'm talking about last July, 2020. And I must admit that I was very surprised by the quality and the communication skills that the courses, the labs, the professionals, the teachers involved with that labs were actually putting in and developing for the students. The next destination on our trip is Fiano Romano. So get ready to travel close to Rome. It's not that far from Rome, honestly. It's 1.5 hours driving from the capital city of Italy, where your student will get the chance to actually visit one of the most historical places on earth and experience experience and live a truly Italian summer in English, of course. Now, it's a perfect destination for those groups looking for historic places. Clearly, Rome offers everything history can offer to human beings, and they will have a choice between volleyball and American culture labs. Clearly, when we talk about volleyball, we talk about, specific courses in English and with professional trainers. Next on the list is Valeggio sul Mincio. Now, Valeggio sul Mincio is close to Garda Lake. It's actually almost on the border between Lombardy region and Veneto region, so the region where Venice is located. It's a very safe destination. It's a natural sanctuary, ideal for young groups. You can see the age range is in between 10 and 17. One of the activities that we include is a water park entrance included for our students. As you can see there in the picture, actually in front of you, you have a fantastic view of the premises we will be using during our summer camp in Valeggio sul Mincio. And here the students will have the choice between Sports Academy and photography. Now, Sports Academy, I will spend a couple of extra words in a couple of minutes, but what I'd like to stress now, what I'd like to speak about now is the photography course that we have there. It's I've seen the program, and I have to be honest, I really liked the idea of exploring the surrounding the surrounding areas through the lens of a camera, and with the help of a professional trainer on photography in English, our students will discover fantastic places and learn so many things. Now, next on the list of our trip, we find Figline Valdarno or Figline Valdarno. I've never learned how to pronounce that, so I have to be honest. And my origins are Italian. But anyway, so Figline Valdarno is very close to Florence. It's a magical and historical city that your students will get to visit. As you can see from the picture, the area where we are, it's a very safe, green area, and the premises that we'll be using are actually great premises, very famous all over Italy for their water park attractions. Now, this destination is actually perfect for those groups looking for culture and water fun moments. But also, you have to keep in mind that the water park is always available for our students when not on activities with us. And whenever they use the water premises, so the swimming pools, the water park, they're always supervised by Trinity UK staff on site. Here, we also offer you another opportunity, which is the one to have Italian language course. Yes, with Italian native speakers and teachers, we will actually offer you, we will offer you the chance to study Italian in a beautiful destination. Here you will have the choice between translation and digital marketing labs. Now, a couple of words about these labs. Translation is perfect for those students who are more culture or, literature geek like me, and digital marketing is actually perfect to have the basics of digital marketing information and techniques, especially for those students who are actually thinking and dreaming about becoming, someone influencing in the marketing strategies all over the world in a very modern era where the digital marketing is always very much requested and required from the companies. Next on the list is Lido delle Nazioni, one of my favorites, I have to be honest with you. It's on the Adriatic coast. It's a marvelous place between the sea and a lake. It's actually in a very safe and breathtaking natural reserve. So imagine that on a side. Now, from the picture that you have in front of you here, you can't really see where it's located. But now, imagine on the left side of the picture, there's the sea, and on the right side, there's a lake. So it's a perfect destination for those students who want to have the possibility to have horse riding excursions with professional instructors. And also here, as for the previous destination, we have the water park, which is always available for our students when not on activities with us. And whenever they use these, like the water park and the swimming pools, they are always, always, always supervised by Trinity UK staff on site. Now, even here, we try to offer more to our students. I can see that there's a question, sorry, here, if the webinar is started. If you cannot see the webinar started, refresh. Sorry, just let me send a message here in the chat. Now, as I said, here also we try to offer more, and we give you the chance to have the option of Italian language course with Italian native teachers and staff on site. And it's a perfect location for those groups which are made of very different age ranges. Now, if you see the age range that we offer here, it's in between the age of 8 and the age of 17. And here we offer you the chance to of the Sports Academy Lab with professional instructor. Now, the Sports Academy Lab is actually a laboratory which allows the students to experience loads of different sports during the same week or during their stay with us. Basically, it's an alternance of I don't know, tennis, football, volleyball, basket, and other sports, badminton too, and other sports with professional trainers, or actually offer the chance to the students to experience different sports, make different teams, and work in teams to achieve goals. This is also one of the targets of our labs. Now, let's have a look instead at the sample program. These were all the destinations that we're offering, but let's try to understand how these programs work and how the English summer camps in Italy can offer a good alternative to the UK or US summer camps that Trinity UK offers in UK and US. Now, if you have a look at the sample and the sample program, you will see that we have interactive English classes in the morning. And what do we mean by interactive English classes? We mean that the students become the most active and interactive characters of the classes, where students are always asked to produce and interact in English as much as possible and to interact with the other students from other nationalities. Now, in the afternoon, they have different options for labs. And labs, in this case, for those of you who already know the sample programs that we offer in the UK and US, where we have once a week a full day class of lessons where we stimulate the communication skills of our students. We try to develop them through master classes on communication skills. Here we can see the labs replace those master classes on communication skills, but those skills are anyway developed and improved in a different way. Now, how do we make sure that the quality of the lessons the quality of the lessons is guaranteed? Now, as you know, we're certified by British Council, English UK, Beta, and we test our students before they arrive. Now, as I said before, we need to make sure that our methodologies are responsive, and the quality teaching is adaptive. Now, said this, we need to make sure that the students are actually respecting their targets. They're actually going towards their learning targets. And how we do that? We test our students before they arrive, so we know what kind of level they are before they arrive to our classes. Once they arrive to our classes, the first couple of hours with the teachers, where we have very small classes, we're talking about 10 or 12 students per class with a teacher. Now, the first couple of hours are spent with the teachers speaking a lot with our students, making sure that the level they scored in the test is correct, because if it's not correct, we need to change them right away to make sure they have a smooth and pleasant learning experience with us. But on the other side, this is also used to make sure that we understand the learning targets of the students, so that once we understand those targets and we report them to the director of studies we have on site, they can readapt the syllabus we offer every week to the groups we have on site with us. This is actually fundamental, crucial, to make sure that the students have a 360 degrees learning experience with us. Now, just for a little recap, let's try to see which are the various labs that we offer. As we said, we offer sports academy, STEM, translation, wildlife observation and orienteering, digital marketing, drama, volleyball, photography, and much more. Now, students will have the chance to select what kind of a laboratory to attend when they arrive on site with us. So there is no need to make a choice long before they arrive to our camps. Now, I promised you a little experience with one of our lab experts. Unfortunately, he couldn't come today because of some working, he was busy at the school where he works. So I tried to readapt, as we do with our syllabus, to make sure that our students meet their targets in learning, the learning targets. And I tried to readapt the things created in a video. Now, I know that could be some audio problems because I'm not an audio engineer, but I will try to make it work. Now, let's go.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and I am an English teacher, also a tour and group leader. I've always enjoyed working with kids and teenagers all around the globe. Personally, I've been working in England, Scotland, Ireland, and also USA. Working with young English learners in an outdoor environment is always a challenge. It requires lots of dynamism and lots of energy. And obviously, that's why I joined this challenge. And I love this job. My program goal is going to be focused on learning English through sports, through the comprehension of the environment, and through local knowledge. We are going to hike on the mountains, of course, and while we do that, we learn English, but also we understand the environment, we understand nature, and we understand how to respect it in order to have mutual benefits. I think it's very important to understand nature and how it works, especially with the big crisis we are facing nowadays. We are going to do orienteering. This is another activity. And while we do that, we're going to learn the secret of local culture and history of the place we are exploring. We are going to do trivia quiz with final prizes while we do orienteering, of course. And this will teach the kids about teamwork and about local knowledge, because obviously the quiz are going to be about historical facts of the place we are exploring. So this is going to be my program, and I hope we're going to meet soon. But
Right, so this was Matthew, one of our specialists for the orienteering lab, one of the most appreciated specialists that we had last year with our students, and he had a very great success with students and group leaders. Who knows why? Now, let me just give you a couple of pieces of information, additional pieces of information on our labs, just to explain you how these labs can actually replace in full the masterclasses on communication skills, and how these labs can improve the communication skills of our students. Now, as you can see, labs involve team play synergies and a collective effort to achieve given goals. Of course, altogether takes us to a cooperative learning methodology where everyone must cooperate together to achieve a new learning target. And this is absolutely essential nowadays, especially given thanks to the given guidelines from the European community on lifelong learning. Now, another thing that the labs involve is that English is used as a common language, also known as lingua franca, to vehiculate messages of culture at 360 degrees. Now, these also allow the students to learn new things and make sure that the learning process becomes interactive and more effective. Now, all these things together give us, as a result, that communication skills will strongly improve for all our participants. Something else that we need to think about is that we don't leave behind the leadership skills that all our students must improve, especially because nowadays life and the challenges we have on, modern work environments require everyone to have leadership skills very well developed. So that's why we divide the students into smaller teams. And of course, when you divide students in smaller things, you will see that naturally some of the students will have a natural propension towards a leadership role into these groups. So we try to make sure that everyone get the chance to be leader of their little group. And that's why we try also to work on their leadership skills improvement, which is fundamental. Now, we spoke about safety and well-being for everyone, and that's why Trinity UK decided to walk the extra mile in 2021, including for all their participants, a full coverage insurance that also covers pandemic diseases. Now, this insurance is included at no extra cost, so you don't have to worry about that. It's already included, and it actually protects students and protects agencies, because we didn't want to make it happen as it happened in summer 2020, that unfortunately many agencies had to close down because of money issues. Now, just to let you understand how it works, it's a multi-risk medical and travel insurance as a normal one, but it also covers all problems linked to pandemic diseases. Now, to tell you what it covers, it would be easier for me to tell you what it does not cover, the only two things which are not covered. So I will give you an example. Imagine you have your group ready to travel from your country to Italy. The World Health Organization says it's all fine, you can travel, no worries at all, go ahead and travel and make your experience. But some of your parents are afraid of letting their kids travel because of COVID-19 cases around the world. So they decide, let's say, a couple of weeks before to cancel their participation. Now, in this case, your terms and conditions apply, our terms and conditions apply, and also the insurance won't be able to cover anything because it's their decision. Now, another thing which is not covered from the insurance is political force majeure. Now, in this case, I'll give you the same example. Your students are ready to travel from your country to Italy, but unfortunately your country decides to close the borders because of COVID-19 cases. Now, in that case, unfortunately, the insurance won't be covering the incident. But that's when I come and help you and say, okay, right, let's try to find a solution between me and you. And believe me, there is always a solution. We're very flexible in our terms and conditions. I would suggest you have a look at them on our website, which is trinityuk.co.uk. And if you have any further questions, you can even send me an email or a WhatsApp message to my telephone number. Now, what happens? The question is, what happens if one of your students gets infected by COVID-19 before traveling? I mean, in that case, I would be very sorry. So let's touch wood for it not to happen. But what if happens? Well, the insurance will ask your students for a medical certification and for a gross price invoice of what the student paid to the agency, not to the school. So in that case, the insurance will take care of reimbursing the entire amount of all those services which cannot be reimbursed directly to the student. So the student will be happy to have back their money. The agencies like this won't have to touch their money, and likely and it's the same thing for the schools, which won't have to touch their money. So that's the circle of happiness, I like to call it, because no one will have to touch their money. The students will have their money back, and everyone is happy, and everyone will survive the pandemic, hopefully, and we will be ready for the following year. That's very important. So if you do have any more questions about the insurance included and want to have anything written or anything more specific, please do not hesitate to send me an email. I see that there are some questions arriving on the chat. I will be reading them in a couple of minutes. Now, last but not the least, let's have a look at what are the promotions that we're offering now to our agents. Now, for every one of you participating to these events, we will make sure that from here, for all the inquiries for groups we receive from now up until the 30th of December 2020, no enrollment fees will be applied for your groups, which is a saving. If you think for Italy, it's about a saving of 70 euros per student, something like $100 per student, or 75 pounds per student. So come on, it's a lot of saving already. Plus, we are now extending the promotion where you can secure your groups with no deposit and no cancellation fees until the 15th of March 2021. It's very easy. It works perfect. It's perfect actually for those agencies who want to try to promote destinations but are afraid of paying a 20% deposit or any percentage of deposit they have to pay for their groups because they're afraid of losing their money. So we're actually allowing you to confirm your groups, to work on your groups, make the promotion you want to, make sure you get students on board, and then by the 15th of March, you will be asked if you want to keep your group running with us. If yes, then you will have to pay a 20% deposit to secure the group after the 15th of March, and to start the insurance on the students that you already have enrolled with you, or to cancel the group with no cancellation fees at all. But don't worry, because even if you pay 20% deposit in March, our terms and conditions, which I invite you again to have a look at on our website, trinityuk.co.uk, are very flexible. So if I'm not wrong, now I'm thinking off the top of my head, but I can't remember exactly. I think up until 6 weeks before you travel, you don't have to pay any cancellation fee if you cancel. Okay, so just have a look at our terms and conditions. You'll find out that working with us is very easy. And even working with us is easy because we only ask for 5 students plus 1 group leader to offer you a group quote, a net price group quote. But if you already have 10 students, 1 group leader is free of charge. It's on us, so don't worry. To make sure that you can profit this promotion, all your inquiries need to arrive within today and the 30th of December 2020. Now, this is all from me for the moment. I'm happy to open our questions and answers time, and I will now exit the presentation and we'll actually move on the questions here aside. Right, so first question. Someone lost the beginning of the presentation. So what are the exact locations? The exact locations are 7 locations. We have Aprica, in the north of Italy, very close to Milan. Then Sicilia, close to Turin. Figli nel Valdarno, close to Florence. We have Fiano Romano, close to Rome. Then we have I can't remember the name, sorry, Alto Mincio, which is close to Lake Garda. Then we have Little Nazioni on the Adriatic coast of Italy, and then we have Cascia, which is in the exact geographical center of Italy. Then the ages, well, age ranges vary according to each center. We can say that we have a very open age range for Italian centers. It goes from the age of 8 to the age of 17. We can try to be very flexible if that is the case. Then we will analyze every single request accordingly. But for example, the majority of our centers in Italy have an age range that goes in between 10 and 17. The wider one is Lido delle Nazioni, which offers an age range that goes from the age of 8 to the age of 17. Now, are all the courses centers for closed groups? Well, it depends. Just a second, let me understand. Okay, right. Do you mean centers in Italy, for all the Italian centers for the English summer camps in Italy? If that is the question, if that is the case, yes, all the centers in Italy are for closed groups. We don't we cannot form, we cannot create groups on our own from students coming from other age, from individual students, let's say so. But our centers in the UK and US instead are also open to individual students. How many students per class? Right. Nice question, to be honest with you. We have, in Italy, we have a maximum, number of students per class that reaches 12, more or less. We try to keep classes very small, and we try to make sure that students have enough attention from the teachers. So that is the thing, we try to put it like under 15 basically. Whilst in the UK and US, being allowed by the British Council, we try to keep them to a maximum of 15 students per class, per group. Right, the transfers from the airports to the centers, are them included? We did not include the transfers simply for because we, like, including the transfer from all airports in Italy would have been a bit difficult, or we would have forced you to arrive to a specific airport. Let me explain it better. I'll give you the example of Aprica, which is very close to Milan. So if you land in Milan airport, it's very easy for you to have a transfer from Milan to Aprica, which only takes 2 hours. But let's put the example that unfortunately you cannot travel to Milan and you fly to Rome, and then you have to travel from Rome to Aprica, which is about, let's say, a well 6-7 hours driving. So if you think about Aprica, please make sure that you land in Milan. It's just a very human suggestion I'm offering you. So in that case, we did not include the transfers, but transfers can be included on request, and prices will depend on the number of students and on the arrival airport and final destination, very easily. But in this case, now, just for you to know, prices are all calculated according to the latest governmental rules on safety against COVID-19, where Italy wants all public transportation means not to be filled more than 50% of their possible occupancy. So basically, that means that if we do have a coach of 54 seats, in that case, we will only fill 27 of them. No, not more. So, even in this case, just to make sure that you can actually appreciate and understand how we try to walk the extra mile for the safety of our students, all the measures against COVID-19 have been taken into consideration and put into action. And shall they be enhanced for the future? Shall these be the requests from the government of each country where we operate? We will take care of doing that ourselves without asking you any extra, because, as you know, our motto is you study, we care. Now, last date we can send you bookings. Right, that's a tricky question for me. What do you mean last date we can send you bookings? Until when we operate the campuses, or until when you can send a booking request for your groups and receive the promotions? Because in the first case, I would suggest that you have a look at our website for specific dates, because at the very moment, as a couple of them just got into the list today, we are finalizing the dates with the premises. Generally, they will be by between the end of June and end of July. But if the question instead is about when we can send you the bookings to get the promotion that you have active at the moment. So just remember that from today up until the 30th of December 2020, we will be applying the promotion of no cancellation fees and no deposit for your groups, and they will be confirmed anyway. And for all of you participating today to this event, we will not be applying the enrollment fees, so enrollment fee waiver. Thank you. It's nice to read the answers that you give me, your questions here in the chat. It's like I'm surrounded of screens around me now. But if there's any additional question, I would be really happy to answer them. But if you don't have any additional question, please write me an email. You will be receiving a follow-up email later on today with the information and the link to our agents area and the password you need to access the agents area and download the material. But if you do have any extra questions, any doubts, please get in touch with me via WhatsApp, via email, give me a call on Skype. Oh, I can see another question here. Is it a minimum of 2 weeks stay bookings? We allow 1 week stays too, so it's not a problem. The only thing we suggest is if you travel for 1 week, especially if you travel from far away, and I can see today with us, we have people from, we have some friends from Argentina, from Mexico, from Uruguay, from Ukraine, from Kazakhstan, from Russia, from Turkey, and from Portugal, from what else? Spain. So I would actually suggest if you travel to one of our destinations, you stay at least 2 weeks. But you're allowed to stay even just 1 week. It's very up to you. It's just that in my 15 years experience in international education, you know, having just 1 week stay, it's a bit, you know, almost nothing, because you just arrive, then you don't have the time to understand what's going on around you, and you already have to go away and leave the place, so you don't really enjoy the stay in a place. So thank you very much for the information. We are in a very fortunate days. We cannot see what I think we should, oh well, thank you, Selene. I will be sending you prices and information soon. Some of the prices are being calculated as we speak, so we might have them by next week after our convention. Let's see. Well, thank you for your time. Let's keep in touch. Sure, Cesai, thank you. Well, thank you for hoping to send us many students. We do hope to receive as many students from you as possible. I thank you for your time and wish you a lovely end of your day or lovely beginning of your day, depending on where you are connecting from. And please stay safe. Bye.